Mercury, the swift-moving planet of communication, intelligence, business, logic, and adaptability, enters Virgo, its sign of exaltation, on September 15th, remaining there until October 3rd. It is essential to note that these interpretations are based on sidereal or Vedic astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference with the tropical zodiac. In astrology, Mercury becomes extremely powerful in Virgo because this is the sign where its qualities of analysis, discrimination, and practical wisdom are expressed in their purest form. Virgo's earthy, mutable energy aligns perfectly with Mercury's agility, sharpening the collective intellect, encouraging precision in communication, and strengthening our ability to solve complex problems. This period is universally considered one of Mercury's most auspicious transits, but in 2025 it unfolds within a uniquely charged cosmic environment that amplifies both its blessings and its tests. This exalted Mercury arrives on the heels of the lunar eclipse in Aquarius, September 7th, with the eclipse axis of Rahu in Aquarius and Ketu in Leo already stirring karmic shifts. On September 17th, the Sun also enters Virgo, forming the potent Sun-Mercury conjunction, a combination that blends Mercury's intellect with the Sun's vitality and authority. Such a union often produces flashes of insight, breakthroughs in education or career, and improvements in public speaking or negotiations. Yet the closeness of the Sun can also combust Mercury temporarily, which may create moments of miscommunication, pride in one's ideas, or overanalysis if not handled mindfully. Adding to the intensity, a solar eclipse occurs on September 21st in Virgo, directly involving Mercury's domain. This eclipse season suggests that some of the clarity Mercury brings will be tested, requiring patience and adaptability before fully reaping the rewards of this exaltation. Virgo's influence during Mercury's stay emphasizes detail-oriented work, efficiency, and service. Globally, we may see advances in healthcare, research, data analysis, and technology, as Virgo is a sign connected to healing, refinement, and practical innovation. For individuals, this is an ideal period to refine communication skills, organize life structures, and focus on self-improvement. Students may find that their capacity for concentration and retention increases, while professionals could see opportunities to present ideas more persuasively or to audit and improve existing systems. Because Mercury also rules commerce and trade, this transit may bring significant movements in global markets or shifts in economic policies that demand careful interpretation of fine details. Another dimension to consider is the relationship of Mercury with other ongoing transits. Venus in Leo, September 15th to October 9th, conjunct Ketu creates a contrasting energy of passion mixed with detachment, reminding us to balance heartfelt expression with analytical thinking. Mars in Libra from September 13th adds negotiation and partnership themes, while Saturn retrograde in Pisces demands reflection on long-term responsibilities. Jupiter in Gemini continues to expand intellectual horizons and philosophical conversations, further amplifying Mercury's emphasis on knowledge exchange. This network of planetary positions suggests that Mercury's exaltation in Virgo will not function in isolation. It interacts with an environment demanding maturity, patience, and balance. Because Mercury governs both reasoning and nervous energy, exaltation in Virgo can sometimes push people toward perfectionism or worry. Virgo's critical eye, though valuable for improvement, can also create self-doubt or unnecessary tension if taken too far. During this transit, it is important to use Mercury's sharpness constructively, analyzing rather than overanalyzing, refining without obsessing, and communicating with clarity rather than criticism. The Sun-Mercury conjunction provides opportunities to take leadership through intelligence, but ego conflicts or rigidity of thought may arise if humility is neglected. The solar eclipse in Virgo underscores the karmic need to reset communication patterns and practical routines, making this an excellent time for releasing outdated mental habits or unproductive ways of managing work and health. From a spiritual perspective, Mercury in Virgo encourages discrimination between the essential and the superficial. The influence of Ketu and the eclipses suggests that karmic lessons regarding speech, agreements, and service to others may surface. Meditation can help stabilize the nervous system and channel Mercury's active mind toward growth rather than restlessness. For those involved in teaching, healing, or advisory roles, this transit offers opportunities to share knowledge or guidance that can have lasting impact, particularly if delivered with humility and compassion. In practical terms, this transit is a powerful time to begin or refine projects that require careful planning, whether financial audits, study plans, research papers, marketing strategies, or health routines. The weeks following the solar eclipse may bring revelations about where adjustments are needed. Partnerships and negotiations should be approached with clear communication and patience, as misunderstandings could arise amid the eclipse energy. Once Mercury moves further from the Sun by early October, clarity, and forward momentum will become more stable. Overall, Mercury's exaltation in Virgo from September 15th to October 3rd is a period of heightened intellect, problem-solving ability, and opportunities for practical progress. Yet the surrounding cosmic events, especially the Sun's conjunction and the eclipses, add layers of spiritual and emotional complexity. Embrace Mercury's gift of clear thinking, but temper analysis with compassion, and recognize that some matters revealed under eclipse season may take time to settle. It's crucial to recognize Mercury symbolizes communication influenced by surroundings, mirroring how conversations reflect one's company. In essence, Mercury's transit triggers curiosity regarding matters related to the sign and house it traverses, prompting information gathering and sharing, aligning with Mercury's fundamental nature to communicate and exchange knowledge. To assess the impact of this transit, it's crucial to consider your ascendant and moon signs. The ascendant sign provides insights into the timing of life events, while the moon sign reveals how you'll emotionally respond to these changes. Consider the position of your current Mahadasha Lord in your birth chart, as it can shed light on how these transits will influence the recurring themes of your current Dasha period. A more precise understanding of the impact of this transit can be gained by examining Mercury's Ashtaka Varga score in Virgo. Keep in mind that the effects of this transit will differ from person to person, contingent on Mercury's interaction with the planets in their individual birth charts, or its transit through the zodiac. It's also worth noting that individuals currently experiencing the influence of Mercury Dasha may feel the effects of this transit more intensely. It's important to remember that the effects of this transit will vary for each person. To understand how this transit may affect you based on your zodiac sign and the houses it transits, let's delve into those specifics. For Aries, Mercury rules the third house of communication, courage, siblings, networking, and short travels, as well as the sixth house of service, work environment, health, competition, debts, and daily routines. As Mercury moves through Virgo, your sixth house, it enters its sign of exaltation, significantly amplifying its analytical and problem-solving powers. The sixth house is a practical domain, and Mercury's exalted presence here makes this a period for addressing life's details, reorganizing responsibilities, and resolving issues that have been lingering. You may find yourself developing sharper insights into workplace dynamics, legal or financial matters, and even your health routines. This is a time when diligence and precision will bring rewards. The Sun enters Virgo on September 17th, forming a conjunction with exalted Mercury in your sixth house. This powerful combination increases your clarity, authority, and ability to influence others through well-chosen words. The sixth house is also associated with enemies and competition, and with this conjunction, you may find yourself outshining rivals or overcoming opposition through skillful communication and persistence. At the same time, the Sun's fiery nature in this house can expose weaknesses in your routines or work environment, urging you to make improvements. You may feel compelled to restructure your workflow, renegotiate work relationships, or improve your health habits to maintain balance. The solar eclipse on September 21st in Virgo, involving exalted Mercury, is a pivotal moment for your professional and personal life. Eclipses bring karmic shifts, and in your sixth house, this one could lead to changes in your job responsibilities, work environment, or approach to health and service. Some Aries individuals may experience an unexpected shift in employment or receive a wake-up call about health or lifestyle choices. The influence of Ketu suggests letting go of outdated habits, toxic environments, or unproductive conflicts. While eclipses can feel destabilizing, they often clear away what no longer serves your growth, creating space for more aligned opportunities. It's wise to avoid major decisions on the day of the eclipse and give yourself time to process new developments. Saturn retrograding in Pisces, your 12th house, casts a significant aspect on Virgo during this period. Saturn's influence here reminds you to approach changes with patience and responsibility. The 12th to 6th axis represents service, sacrifice, and the balance between self-care and obligations to others. Saturn's aspect may bring up unresolved issues around boundaries or past choices, encouraging you to take a disciplined approach to work and health matters. This could be a time to eliminate self-sabotaging habits, reevaluate debt or financial obligations, or address unresolved conflicts with coworkers or employees. Jupiter transiting Gemini, your third house, offers blessings through communication, learning, and networking. Because Mercury is the depositor of Jupiter, Mercury's exaltation strengthens Jupiter's ability to expand your mental horizons and support your efforts in daily life. Opportunities to improve skills, deepen your knowledge, or form meaningful connections with siblings or peers may arise now. You may also feel a renewed sense of courage to pursue initiatives or ideas that require communication and quick thinking. Combined with the 6th house transit, these influences favor success through disciplined effort and intelligent strategies. The presence of Venus conjunct Ketu in Leo, your 5th house, adds a layer of karmic refinement to your creative and romantic life. Venus brings desire and pleasure, while Ketu introduces detachment or reevaluation. You may experience shifts in romantic relationships or creative projects, especially as they intersect with your work-life balance or health priorities. For some Aries individuals, this could mean reassessing the value of a relationship or hobby that no longer aligns with your long-term goals. Others may find themselves inspired to channel their creativity into service-oriented or practical ventures. Mars, your chart ruler, entering Libra on September 13th energizes your 7th house of partnerships, casting an aspect back to your rising sign, Aries. This creates a dynamic push and pull between your personal ambitions and your relationships. Mars in Libra encourages cooperative action but can also bring disagreements or competitive energy into partnerships. Its influence on your 1st house adds determination and drive, but it also warns against impulsiveness in your interactions. Coupled with Mercury's exaltation, this is a time to be strategic rather than reactive in both professional and personal dealings. Workplace dynamics will be particularly active during this transit. The exalted Mercury-Sun combination enhances your ability to solve problems, manage details, and mediate conflicts. You might be entrusted with additional responsibilities or be called upon to lead a project or team. Even if challenges arise, your ability to communicate effectively and analyze situations thoroughly will set you apart. Those seeking employment or looking to change jobs could find opportunities emerging unexpectedly, especially after the eclipse energy settles. In terms of health, the 6th house transit encourages a proactive approach. This is an excellent time to adopt healthier routines, schedule checkups, or explore new wellness practices. Mercury's exalted energy favors intellectual approaches to health, such as researching nutrition, fitness plans, or alternative therapies. The Sun's conjunction and Saturn's aspect suggest avoiding overexertion or neglecting rest. Stress management will be crucial, particularly around the eclipse, when energy levels can fluctuate. Financially, this period can be productive if you focus on managing debts, taxes, or shared expenses carefully. Saturn's retrograde influence may bring attention to obligations you've overlooked, while Mercury's precision helps you organize and resolve them. Avoid speculative risks, particularly near the eclipse, and instead focus on steady, practical financial strategies. In relationships, Venus, Ketu in Leo and Mars in Libra highlight the need for balance between romance, work, and partnership obligations. Some Aries individuals may experience shifts in their romantic life, especially if a relationship has been causing distraction or stress. For those in committed partnerships, this is a good time to clarify expectations, share responsibilities, and work toward mutual goals. Business partnerships, too, will require careful communication and attention to detail. Overall, Mercury's exalted transit through Virgo brings Aries individuals a powerful window for organizing their lives, improving health, and addressing work-related or competitive challenges. The Sun-Mercury conjunction illuminates both strengths and weaknesses in your routines, while the solar eclipse clears away outdated patterns to make room for growth. Saturn's retrograde aspect ensures that the changes you implement are meaningful and lasting, while Jupiter's blessings in Gemini provide support through learning, communication, and networking. With Mars energizing Libra and Venus, Ketu refining your creative and romantic life, this is a period of hard work, thoughtful communication, and careful choices, one that can set you up for long-term success and stability if you act with patience and precision. For Taurus, Mercury governs the 2nd house of speech, family, wealth, and values, as well as the 5th house of creativity, romance, children, and education. From September 15th to October 3rd, Mercury moves through its exaltation sign Virgo, which corresponds to your 5th house, activating themes of intelligence, love, and creative expression. Virgo's analytical energy blends with Mercury's precision, encouraging you to apply logic and attention to detail in matters of the heart, intellectual pursuits, and financial strategies. At the start of Mercury's transit, you may feel a renewed curiosity toward creative or intellectual projects. The 5th house represents not only romance and children, but also the pursuit of knowledge and self-expression. Exalted Mercury in this position strengthens your ability to think critically, plan effectively, and articulate your ideas with clarity. If you are a student or engaged in higher learning, this is a favorable period for exams, research, or mastering technical subjects. Teachers, mentors, or advisors may play a key role in guiding your intellectual growth. If you are a parent, Mercury's influence could make you more engaged in your children's education and well-being, prompting thoughtful discussions or guidance. The Sun's entry into Virgo on September 17th amplifies these themes. Sun and Mercury together form a conjunction in your 5th house, highlighting your talents, intellect, and charm. This combination can bring recognition for your skills or creative contributions. You might find yourself in leadership roles within educational, artistic, or romantic settings. The Sun's combustion of Mercury during this period can also create moments of miscommunication or inflated ego. You may feel overconfident in your opinions or come across as overly critical of others' ideas, especially in love relationships or collaborative projects. Practicing humility and active listening will ensure that your insights are well received. The solar eclipse on September 21st in Virgo represents a powerful turning point. Eclipses are known for shaking up areas of life where stagnation or karmic residue has accumulated. For Taurus, the 5th house eclipse could bring revelations or unexpected developments related to love affairs, children, or creative endeavors. You might be compelled to reevaluate your approach to romance or artistic ambitions, perhaps realizing that certain attachments or expectations are no longer aligned with your authentic self. Because Ketu's influence is intertwined with this eclipse through its proximity to the Sun, themes of detachment and spiritual perspective are emphasized. Rather than clinging to old patterns or forcing outcomes, allow space for natural transformation. Waiting a few days after the eclipse before making significant romantic or creative decisions is wise, as emotions and clarity will stabilize once the eclipse energy dissipates. Saturn's retrograde in Pisces, aspecting Virgo from your 11th house, may delay or challenge your creative projects or romantic aspirations, pushing you to adopt a patient, disciplined approach. Friendships, networks, or community groups might also exert pressure or expectation on your personal goals. Saturn retrograde can feel heavy at times, but its purpose is to encourage maturity and resilience. You may also reevaluate long-term ambitions, especially those tied to creative or speculative ventures, ensuring they are grounded in realism rather than wishful thinking. Jupiter's transit through Gemini, your 2nd house, provides support and expansion in financial matters, values, and family life. Since Mercury is Jupiter's depositor and currently exalted, Jupiter's blessings are filtered through Mercury's precision and wisdom. This suggests that financial opportunities or family-related blessings could arise from careful planning, communication, or intellectual pursuits. It's a good time to invest in education or creative skills that can enhance your earning potential. Discussions within the family may revolve around shared values or long-term financial security. Jupiter's expansive energy softens the potentially disruptive effects of the eclipse and Saturn's retrograde, reminding you to maintain optimism and gratitude even when adjustments are necessary. The ongoing Venus, Ketu conjunction in Leo, your 4th house of home, family, and emotional foundations, adds a layer of introspection to your personal life. You may feel drawn to simplify your surroundings, detach from old emotional patterns, or focus on spiritual growth within your domestic environment. These shifts in your private life can indirectly influence your romantic and creative expressions, as your emotional security directly impacts your willingness to open your heart. Romantically, this period may bring intense yet karmically significant encounters. If you are single, someone from your past or a relationship with a sense of destiny may surface. Those already in relationships might find that old issues resurface, requiring honest and mature conversations. The eclipse energy suggests that some Taurus individuals may experience sudden realizations about what they truly value in love. While this can be unsettling, it ultimately clears the way for more authentic connections. Creatively, exalted Mercury inspires innovative thinking and attention to detail, making this an ideal time to refine projects, complete manuscripts, or launch artistic endeavors. Just be mindful of perfectionism. Virgo's energy can sometimes paralyze progress with overanalysis. Saturn's aspect serves as a reminder to pace yourself and build sustainable routines rather than rushing to complete everything at once. If your work involves children, teaching, or mentoring, this transit can deepen your sense of purpose and inspire meaningful exchanges. In matters concerning children, some Taurus individuals may notice shifts in their children's educational paths, interests, or emotional states. The eclipse may reveal areas where adjustments are needed, perhaps a change in schooling, extracurricular activities, or parenting approach. Be supportive and flexible, as your calm guidance will be especially valuable to them during times of transition. Financially, this period can be advantageous if you stay organized and avoid impulsive speculation. The 5th house also relates to investments and risks, and Mercury's analytical nature in Virgo can help you make well-calculated financial moves. The eclipse energy warns against making big financial decisions in haste. Instead, use this time to review your financial strategies and prepare for opportunities that become clearer in early October. On a personal level, Mercury's exaltation in Virgo heightens your curiosity and desire to learn. You may be drawn to study subjects related to art, health, or spiritual practices that align with your values. This is a favorable period to take up hobbies or intellectual pursuits that stimulate your creativity and bring joy. Overall, Mercury's exalted transit through Virgo activates your fifth house in a way that can bring intellectual brilliance, romantic reevaluations, and creative breakthroughs. The Sun-Mercury conjunction provides opportunities for recognition, while the solar eclipse on September 21st prompts necessary changes in your approach to love, children, or self-expression. By embracing flexibility, humility, and a willingness to release outdated patterns, you can emerge from this period wiser, more grounded, and ready to express your authentic self in love, creativity, and life's many opportunities. For Gemini, Mercury is your sign lord, governing both the first house of self, identity, and physical vitality and the fourth house of home, family, emotional security, and property. When Mercury transits its exaltation sign Virgo, your fourth house, between September 15th and October 3rd, this becomes a profoundly significant period for you. The fourth house governs emotional foundations, comfort, education, real estate, and inner peace. Mercury, as your ruling planet, feels exceptionally strong in Virgo, sharpening your analytical abilities and bringing clarity to matters of domestic life, property decisions, and emotional balance. As Mercury enters Virgo, you may feel a renewed focus on your inner world. The fourth house represents not only the physical home, but also your sense of safety and emotional stability. Exalted Mercury encourages you to take a logical, organized approach to your domestic life. This could involve tidying your living space, addressing family matters with clear communication, or making important decisions regarding property or relocation. Because Mercury is your chart ruler, its exaltation in Virgo empowers you to think with precision and make sound judgments, especially concerning long-term security. You may feel drawn to improve your home environment for comfort, productivity, or aesthetics. The Sun's entry into Virgo on September 17th intensifies this energy. Sun and Mercury together create a conjunction known for enhancing intellect, communication, and leadership qualities. For Gemini individuals, this conjunction in the fourth house can bring recognition within the family or among close circles for your wisdom and problem-solving ability. You may take on a leadership role in domestic matters, perhaps guiding family members through challenges or initiating improvements in your home. Mercury's proximity to the Sun means combustion is also in play. While Mercury is generally resilient to the Sun's heat, there may be moments when your speech comes across as blunt or overly analytical, potentially causing friction with family members. Being mindful of tone and practicing patience will help maintain harmony. The solar eclipse on September 21st in Virgo, occurring with Ketu's influence, signifies a karmic turning point in your fourth house themes. Eclipses often reveal hidden truths or trigger sudden shifts, and this one could prompt you to re-examine your emotional foundations or living situation. You might realize that certain attachments to your home, family dynamics, or long-standing patterns of emotional response no longer serve your growth. Some Gemini individuals may experience changes related to property, such as considering a sale, purchase, or renovation, or may feel an emotional release tied to past memories or family expectations. Because Ketu is involved, detachment and spiritual perspective are key. Rather than resisting change, allow it to create space for greater alignment with your current needs. Waiting a few days after the eclipse to take significant action will help ensure clarity and stability. Saturn's retrograde in Pisces, positioned in your 10th house of career, casts its aspect on Virgo, reminding you to balance your professional ambitions with your personal life. You may feel tension between workplace responsibilities and family obligations. Saturn's influence could delay property matters, or you might experience additional burdens at work that test your emotional resilience. Saturn's retrograde aspect also invites you to build stronger foundations, emotionally, materially, and professionally, through discipline and patience. Use this time to clarify your long-term goals and make steady progress rather than rushing decisions. Jupiter's transit in Gemini, your first house, brings blessings, growth, and expansion to your overall life path. With exalted Mercury acting as Jupiter's depositor, your ruling planet channels Jupiter's benevolence effectively. This means your wisdom, optimism, and charisma are amplified during this period. Opportunities for personal development, recognition, or even teaching and mentoring others may arise. Jupiter's presence in your sign strengthens your ability to handle the challenges of the eclipse and Saturn's retrograde with grace and perspective. Your words and ideas may carry extra weight, and your capacity to inspire others increases, especially when you approach family or property matters with patience and clarity. The fourth house is deeply tied to your sense of inner peace, and Mercury's exaltation here suggests a period when you can resolve lingering emotional concerns through thoughtful analysis and communication. Journaling, counseling, or heart-to-heart conversations with trusted family members can provide breakthroughs. Some Gemini individuals may also feel drawn to return to their roots, visiting their hometown, reconnecting with parents or elders, or revisiting memories that shaped their identity. These experiences can bring healing and a deeper understanding of yourself. Property-related decisions are likely to come into focus. Whether it's buying, selling, renting, or renovating, exalted Mercury sharpens your ability to negotiate and assess details. The days surrounding the solar eclipse are not ideal for finalizing major agreements. Instead, use this time to gather information, evaluate your options, and wait for clearer energy in early October before making commitments. Saturn's aspect may bring delays, but these delays could ultimately help you avoid hasty or unwise choices. In family relationships, this transit encourages open and constructive dialogue. You may be called upon to mediate disagreements or offer practical solutions to domestic issues. While Sun-Mercury conjunction can enhance your reputation as a wise counselor, avoid the trap of appearing overly critical or dismissive of others' feelings. Virgo energy values precision and order, but emotional matters sometimes require empathy over logic. Striking a balance between intellect and compassion will deepen your family bonds. Your personal growth also benefits from this transit. As your ruling planet, Mercury in Virgo emphasizes the importance of creating a harmonious space from which to operate. By tending to your emotional and physical environment, you lay the groundwork for future success. Jupiter in your sign magnifies this effect, encouraging you to trust in your abilities and use your voice and skills to uplift others. This could be an excellent time to begin home-based learning, a creative hobby, or even work from home if that aligns with your goals. The ongoing Venus, Ketu conjunction in Leo, your third house, subtly influences communication with siblings, neighbors, or your immediate community. You may feel detached from certain social interactions or find that some relationships lose their previous intensity. This detachment can help you focus on matters closer to home and heart, while also prompting you to speak more authentically. Overall, Mercury's exaltation in Virgo is a powerful transit for Gemini individuals, activating your fourth house of home, family, and inner stability. Sun-Mercury conjunction offers intellectual brilliance and leadership in domestic matters, while the solar eclipse on September 21st brings karmic shifts that realign your emotional foundations. By using your analytical skills thoughtfully, practicing humility, and embracing change rather than resisting it, you can emerge from this period with a stronger sense of self, a more harmonious home life, and greater clarity about your long-term goals. For Cancer, Mercury governs the 12th house of spirituality, foreign lands, hidden matters, and expenses, and the 3rd house of communication, courage, siblings, short travels, and skills development. Between September 15th and October 3rd, Mercury's exalted transit through Virgo, your 3rd house, puts strong emphasis on your ability to express yourself, connect with siblings or close peers, and take decisive action toward personal goals. This transit encourages you to sharpen your communication style, acquire practical knowledge, and strengthen your determination. At the start of this transit, you may feel an increased urge to reach out, speak your mind, or pursue learning opportunities that sharpen your skills. Mercury in Virgo brings mental clarity, making this an excellent time for writing, teaching, studying, or negotiating agreements. Cancer individuals may find themselves engaging in more conversations with siblings or neighbors, addressing unresolved matters with tact and understanding. Because Mercury rules your 12th house as well, some of these communications may involve distant relatives or friends abroad, or they might surface past issues for resolution. The emphasis on the 3rd house suggests that small but consistent efforts, like refining a daily routine or dedicating time to a creative project, can lead to significant progress. When the Sun joins Mercury on September 17th, forming a conjunction in Virgo, your communication skills become even more powerful. This combination enhances intellect, confidence, and authority in speech. You may find your ideas gaining recognition or your advice sought by others. In practical terms, this can be a favorable time to make presentations, sign contracts, or pitch new ideas. Because Mercury will be combust for part of this period due to its closeness to the Sun, be mindful of your tone. Your words may unintentionally sound sharp or overly critical, especially in conversations with siblings or colleagues. Maintaining humility and empathy will ensure that your message is received positively. The solar eclipse on September 21st is a pivotal moment. Taking place in Virgo with exalted Mercury and the Sun influenced by Ketu, it marks a karmic turning point in your approach to communication and your relationships with close peers. Eclipses often reveal hidden truths or bring sudden realizations, and for Cancer individuals, this could manifest as an unexpected revelation about a sibling, a neighbor, or a long-standing goal. You may feel compelled to shift your approach to learning or to a personal project, perhaps realizing that old methods are no longer effective. Because Ketu signifies detachment, you may be nudged to let go of outdated communication patterns or superficial connections that no longer support your growth. Avoid making hasty decisions or signing important agreements on or immediately around the eclipse date. Wait for the energy to settle before finalizing major actions. Saturn's retrograde aspect from Pisces, your ninth house of higher wisdom and belief systems, adds a layer of discipline to this period. Saturn may test your patience or challenge your communication style, reminding you to speak with responsibility and integrity. You might experience delays in short trips, paperwork, or negotiations. Saturn's influence could also push you to evaluate the long-term consequences of your words and decisions. Rather than rushing, this is a time to build reliable strategies for personal and professional growth. Saturn's aspect on your third house can also encourage more serious study or commitment to developing a skill that will benefit you in the long run. Meanwhile, Jupiter is transiting Gemini, your 12th house, bringing spiritual insight, dreams, and subconscious messages to the forefront. With exalted Mercury acting as Jupiter's depositor, your thoughts and conversations may be infused with wisdom and a broader perspective. Jupiter's influence suggests that some of your communications during this period may hold hidden blessings or long-term opportunities. For Cancer individuals involved in creative, spiritual, or teaching fields, this transit can bring intuitive flashes that guide you toward meaningful projects or collaborations. Because Mercury rules your 12th house, this transit also bridges the conscious and subconscious realms. While your daily interactions, third house, are activated, the 12th house connection suggests that behind-the-scenes work, spiritual practices, or quiet reflection may play an equally important role. Dreams or subtle intuitions could provide guidance during this time, especially around the eclipse. Taking a few moments each day to meditate or journal can help you integrate these insights. The involvement of Venus conjunct Ketu in Leo, your second house of finances and values, suggests that some of your conversations may touch on money or self-worth issues. You may feel less attached to material possessions or reconsider how you communicate about financial matters. This detachment can be positive, helping you clarify what truly matters and how your values align with your long-term goals. Your courage and initiative, qualities associated with the third house, will be tested and strengthened. You may feel the urge to take short journeys, pursue certifications, or begin learning a new skill that will benefit your future. Exalted Mercury supports careful planning and analysis, so while the urge to act may be strong, use Virgo's meticulous energy to ensure that your steps are calculated. Family dynamics, especially relationships with siblings, may undergo subtle shifts. If tensions have been brewing, this is a good time to address them calmly and constructively. The Sun-Mercury conjunction gives you the charisma to mediate conflicts, but you must also practice active listening. Your ability to balance logic with emotional understanding will determine the outcome of these interactions. In professional life, this transit may help you express your ideas with greater precision, making it an opportune time for marketing, networking, or handling written work. Saturn's retrograde aspect suggests that success will come through patience and thorough preparation rather than shortcuts. If you've been considering launching a new project or sharing your work publicly, waiting until after the eclipse energy settles can ensure better results. Overall, Mercury's exalted transit through Virgo activates your third house of communication, courage, and initiative in profound ways. The Sun's conjunction with Mercury enhances your intellectual power, while the solar eclipse on September 21st prompts karmic shifts that may realign your relationships, communication patterns, and short-term goals. By embracing clear communication, thoughtful planning, and a willingness to release outdated habits, you can use this period to build stronger connections, develop new skills, and take meaningful steps toward your personal and professional aspirations. For Leo, Mercury governs the 11th house of gains, ambitions, and social networks as well as the second house of family, speech, accumulated wealth, and values. From September 15th to October 3rd, Mercury will be exalted in Virgo, your second house, highlighting finances, family dynamics, and the power of your words. This is a period where communication and intellect become critical tools for strengthening your material security and enhancing your reputation. As Mercury enters Virgo, your approach to money, family conversations, and personal values becomes highly analytical and practical. You might feel inclined to review budgets, adjust savings plans, or look for more efficient ways to grow your wealth. Virgo's earthy nature encourages you to make grounded financial decisions rather than impulsive moves. This is an excellent time to handle accounting matters, negotiate contracts, or explore opportunities that improve your earning potential. Because Mercury rules your 11th house of long-term ambitions and social connections, friends or professional networks could play a key role in helping you identify or secure financial opportunities. Collaborations or advice from peers may bring valuable insights. The Sun's entry into Virgo on September 17th brings additional energy and visibility to your second house. With Sun-Mercury conjunction, your speech gains a magnetic quality, and your ability to express your values or present financial ideas persuasively is greatly enhanced. This can be beneficial if you're involved in fields like teaching, consulting, sales, or leadership roles where your voice carries weight. You might also feel compelled to address family matters directly and take a leadership role in resolving disputes or making long-term plans. Mercury's proximity to the Sun means combustion is also active, so while your words may be powerful, they can also become sharp if not tempered by sensitivity. Avoid overly critical or rigid expressions that could cause misunderstandings among family members or colleagues. The solar eclipse on September 21st is a defining event for Leo individuals. Occurring in Virgo with exalted Mercury and your ruling planet, the Sun, influenced by Ketu, the eclipse may trigger unexpected financial changes, revelations about family dynamics, or a shift in your personal values. Eclipses are moments of karmic correction. They can close one chapter and open another. You may realize that certain spending habits, sources of income, or attachments to possessions no longer align with your evolving priorities. Similarly, long-standing family patterns or expectations may come into question. Because Ketu is involved, you could feel detached or disoriented briefly, but this detachment is meant to help you recenter on what is truly meaningful. Avoid major financial decisions or large purchases immediately around the eclipse. Allow the energies to stabilize before taking significant action. Saturn's retrograde in Pisces, positioned in your 8th house of shared resources, debts, and transformations, aspects Virgo and adds a layer of caution and discipline to financial matters. You may feel compelled to address joint finances, loans, or investments with greater seriousness. Saturn's influence might cause delays or additional checks in property or wealth-related dealings, but these obstacles are designed to ensure that your plans are sound and sustainable. Saturn's retrograde aspect also invites you to look inward and clarify your values. Taking a patient, long-term approach will bring lasting rewards. Jupiter's transit through Gemini, your 11th house, blesses your social networks, friendships, and aspirations. Because exalted Mercury in Virgo is Jupiter's depositor, your ability to connect with supportive communities or mentors is strengthened. Opportunities to expand your income or achieve long-term goals may arrive through group collaborations, networking, or participation in shared ventures. Jupiter encourages generosity and optimism, but Mercury's Virgo influence reminds you to remain detail-oriented and strategic rather than overly idealistic. The Venus, Ketu conjunction in Leo, your 1st house, can create moments of introspection regarding your self-image, relationships, and desires. Venus represents harmony, love, and comfort, while Ketu brings detachment and spiritual lessons. You may feel less inclined to seek validation from others and more interested in understanding your true values. This could indirectly affect your financial choices or family interactions, as you become clearer about what truly matters to you and what you're willing to release. This conjunction may also lead to changes in relationships, prompting you to communicate your needs more authentically. Your speech and communication style are under the spotlight during this transit. Exalted Mercury ensures that your words carry precision and authority, making this an ideal time for public speaking, negotiations, or sharing knowledge. Virgo's perfectionist tendencies combined with Mercury's combustion near the Sun may make you overly critical or harsh if you're not careful. Practicing mindfulness and empathy in your conversations, especially with family members, will help maintain harmony. Family matters, especially those related to inheritance, shared property, or long-standing disagreements, could resurface. Use the Sun-Mercury conjunction's intellectual clarity to mediate and guide discussions, but remain patient if Saturn's aspect causes temporary delays or resistance. The eclipse energy may also reveal hidden dynamics or secrets within the family that prompt necessary but potentially uncomfortable discussions. Trust that these revelations are meant to bring healing and stronger foundations in the long run. Professionally, this period may bring financial gains through your efforts, especially if your work involves speaking, teaching, analysis, or advisory roles. You might find that your reputation within your social or professional circles strengthens as people recognize your insight and leadership. The 11th house connection suggests that long-term ambitions could advance now, especially when pursued with diligence and ethical practices. On a personal level, this transit encourages you to refine your values. What do you consider worth your time, energy, and money? Are your relationships and social networks enriching or draining you? Mercury's exaltation in Virgo gives you the mental clarity to reassess these areas honestly. Taking small, practical steps to adjust your approach will have long-lasting benefits. Overall, Mercury's exalted journey through Virgo activates your second house of wealth, speech, and values, bringing both opportunities and transformative shifts for Leo individuals. The Sun's conjunction with Mercury enhances your persuasive abilities and leadership, while the solar eclipse on September 21st prompts karmic adjustments in your finances and family matters. By approaching this period with humility, careful planning, and clear communication, you can emerge with stronger financial foundations, deeper self-awareness, and renewed alignment with your values and goals. For Virgo, this period is particularly significant because Mercury is both your sign lord and your 10th house ruler, and during this transit, it becomes exalted in your first house. From September 15th to October 3rd, the planet of intellect, communication, analytical thinking, and problem-solving returns to its strongest position, aligning your identity, health, and personal direction with your public image, career, and ambitions. This is a time when you are likely to feel sharper, more confident in expressing yourself, and eager to take action toward professional or personal goals. The Sun's entry into Virgo on September 17th forms conjunction with exalted Mercury, amplifying your charisma and ability to influence others. The solar eclipse on September 21st, happening in your sign and involving the Sun and exalted Mercury, suggests that changes to your self-perception, relationships, or career path could be sudden or karmic in nature. Mercury's exaltation in your first house magnifies your natural Virgoan qualities, detail orientation, intelligence, and a drive for perfection. You may find yourself evaluating your life direction, appearance, and even the way you present yourself to others. This is an ideal period for self-improvement, adopting healthier routines, and making thoughtful adjustments to your personal goals. Because Mercury rules your 10th house of career, these changes may directly impact your professional life. Your communication skills and analytical abilities will be in high demand at work, and others may look to you for guidance or expertise. It's an excellent time to propose ideas, take on leadership roles, or showcase your skills in presentations, negotiations, or teaching roles. Virgo's tendency towards self-criticism can become magnified under Mercury's exaltation, so be careful not to doubt yourself excessively or set unrealistic standards. The Sun's conjunction with Mercury in Virgo boosts your self-confidence but also puts your ego and intellect under the spotlight. Sun-Mercury conjunction can enhance your problem-solving abilities and make your speech persuasive and impactful. You may find your reputation rising, as colleagues and superiors notice your clarity of thought and ability to execute tasks effectively. Yet, because Mercury is close to the Sun, combustion can make your communication style seem fiery or overly assertive. Balancing humility with confidence will help you make the most of this transit. The solar eclipse on September 21st in Virgo is a transformative event for you. Occurring in your first house, this eclipse signals a karmic reset around your identity, physical body, or personal goals. You may feel an urge to release outdated versions of yourself or to break free from roles that no longer serve you. Unexpected developments in your career or relationships may trigger self-reflection, prompting you to redefine your priorities. Ketu's influence suggests that you may need to detach from external validation and focus on your authentic self. Avoid making drastic decisions immediately during the eclipse period, as the energies can be destabilizing. Saturn's retrograde in Pisces, your 7th house of partnerships, aspects Virgo and provides a grounding influence. While this aspect may introduce some delays or challenges in partnerships, both personal and professional, it also ensures that any commitments or changes you make now are built on solid foundations. Relationships might require serious conversations or renegotiation of boundaries, and some Virgo individuals may feel the weight of responsibility in their marriages or collaborations. Saturn's energy is testing your ability to balance independence with cooperation, reminding you that personal growth cannot come at the expense of meaningful connections. Jupiter's transit through Gemini, your 10th house of career and public life, is another key factor. As Mercury, your 1st house and 10th house lord, is the depositor of Jupiter and exalted during this transit, opportunities for professional advancement are strong. Jupiter's blessings may arrive through mentors, networking, or expansion in your career field, but exalted Mercury in your sign ensures that these opportunities will require strategic thinking and clear communication. You may be recognized for your intellectual contributions or innovative solutions to complex problems. For some Virgo individuals, this period could bring career changes, promotions, or the chance to step into roles of greater responsibility. The influence of Venus conjunct Ketu in Leo, your 12th house, brings a subtle spiritual undertone to this period. Venus represents pleasures, relationships, and comfort, while Ketu signifies detachment and higher wisdom. You may feel a growing desire for solitude or spiritual practice, perhaps rethinking your attachments to material pleasures or hidden aspects of your personal life. This introspection can help you understand subconscious patterns that influence your decisions and relationships. For some Virgo individuals, this may be a time of releasing past disappointments in love or healing emotional wounds. Health and self-care are also emphasized with Mercury's exaltation in your first house. This is a favorable period to adopt disciplined routines, improve diet, or focus on physical fitness. Virgo's earthy energy supports healing and attention to detail, so any small, consistent efforts toward wellness will bring noticeable results. With Saturn's aspect and the eclipse's destabilizing potential, stress or anxiety could manifest if you overburden yourself with responsibilities or become overly critical of your progress. Practicing mindfulness or engaging in calming activities like meditation will help maintain balance. On the personal front, your relationships may require tact and patience. The Sun-Mercury conjunction gives you a strong voice, but it may also make you unintentionally domineering in conversations. Be mindful of how you express your opinions, particularly with close family members or romantic partners. If you are in a committed relationship, your partner may need reassurance that your growing ambitions or shifting identity do not threaten your bond. Single Virgo individuals may feel drawn to connections that stimulate their intellect or align with their evolving values. Financially, networking or professional achievements during this time may lead to increased income or financial stability. Still, the solar eclipse warns against impulsive spending or investments, especially if motivated by ego or external pressure. Overall, Mercury's exalted transit in Virgo represents a period of empowerment, self-awareness, and career advancement for Virgo individuals. The Sun's entry into Virgo and the formation of Sun-Mercury conjunction bring clarity, strength, and influence, while the solar eclipse signals a profound internal shift that will redefine how you see yourself and how others perceive you. By balancing ambition with humility, discipline with flexibility, and intellect with emotional wisdom, you can navigate this transit to emerge more confident, purposeful, and aligned with your true path. For Libra, Mercury rules your 9th house of higher wisdom, spirituality, long-distance travel, and blessings, as well as your 12th house of foreign lands, solitude, and the subconscious. Its exalted transit in Virgo, your 12th house, from mid-September to early October 2025 is a powerful time for introspection, spiritual exploration, and meaningful endings that pave the way for new beginnings. This is a period when your mind turns inward. Mercury in the 12th house heightens awareness of subtle energies, dreams, and the unconscious mind. You may find yourself drawn to mystical subjects, meditation, or seeking guidance from spiritual teachers. The phrase "time to collect spiritual information" truly applies now. Books, teachings, or conversations could deliver insights that feel divinely timed. If you have been considering a spiritual pilgrimage or visiting sacred places, the cosmos supports it. Communication about faith, metaphysics, or philosophical ideas may arise, even with people from foreign lands or different cultures. You may also experience strong intuitive flashes or synchronicities guiding you toward your higher purpose. Foreign travel becomes a strong possibility under this transit. Mercury's connection with the 12th house can bring opportunities to study, work, or engage with people abroad. Because Mercury also rules your 9th house of long-distance journeys, this period could see Libra individuals planning trips for education, spiritual growth, or even relocation. You might be communicating more with friends or colleagues overseas, collaborating with international clients, or exploring foreign cultures through research and study. While travel is favored, remain flexible around the solar eclipse on September 21st, as sudden changes or delays could occur. The Sun-Mercury conjunction in Virgo amplifies mental clarity and persuasive speech, but also spotlights hidden aspects of your life. Sun-Mercury conjunction in the 12th house can enhance your ability to process deep psychological truths or articulate spiritual concepts with wisdom. Because Mercury becomes combust near the Sun, there may be moments when your thoughts feel scattered or when expressing yourself becomes challenging. Balancing silence and expression is key. Journaling or quiet reflection may help you integrate the insights flowing through you. The solar eclipse in Virgo on September 21st represents a karmic turning point for Libra individuals. Eclipses in the 12th house often signal the release of subconscious patterns, habits, or attachments that no longer serve your evolution. You may experience sudden realizations about where you have been giving too much energy without return, or where hidden fears have been holding you back. The proximity of Ketu, the south node of detachment, suggests that this is a time of letting go of ego-driven pursuits, past disappointments, or even relationships that have completed their purpose. Avoid making major decisions right on the eclipse day, as the energy may be unstable or unclear. Saturn's retrograde in Pisces, your sixth house of daily routines, work, and health, aspects Virgo and reminds you to stay grounded. Even as you explore spiritual or foreign paths, Saturn asks you to maintain discipline in your everyday responsibilities. You may feel pressure to balance work and rest, or to manage health issues that arise from stress or overwork. Saturn's influence is constructive here. It teaches you that true spiritual progress is built on steady, practical effort, not escapism. This could be an excellent time to establish consistent wellness routines or to release unhealthy habits that drain your vitality. Jupiter's position in Gemini, your ninth house, emphasizes learning, teaching, and expanding your worldview. Because Mercury, exalted in Virgo, is Jupiter's depositor, opportunities for growth now depend on your willingness to seek wisdom and engage with ideas or people outside your usual sphere. Higher education, philosophical discussions, or mentorship opportunities may appear. Some Libra individuals could discover a life-changing teaching or even a new spiritual path that broadens their perspective on the world. Meanwhile, Venus conjunct Ketu in Leo activates your 11th house of social networks, friendships, and aspirations. This combination suggests subtle shifts in your social life. Certain friendships or group affiliations may feel less meaningful now, prompting you to detach from superficial connections. Instead, you may find yourself drawn to communities or causes that align with your higher values. Because Venus is your chart ruler, its connection to Ketu also encourages humility, recognizing that your worth is not defined by external approval or social status. Mars entering Libra on September 13th brings energy, motivation, and determination directly into your first house. While Mercury in the 12th is introspective, Mars in your sign provides the courage and vitality to act on the realizations you gain. You may feel an inner push to initiate personal changes, assert your independence, or begin projects that require confidence and initiative. This balance of Mars-driven action and Mercury's quiet reflection can be powerful if channeled wisely. Be mindful of impulsiveness, particularly around the eclipse, when emotions may run high. Financially, Mercury's 12th house transit can bring expenses related to travel, spirituality, or foreign dealings. While opportunities for overseas investments or work are possible, watch your budget and avoid risky financial moves around the eclipse period. This is a better time for research, planning, and clearing old debts or financial entanglements rather than rushing into new commitments. Health-wise, the 12th house can highlight the need for rest and recovery. Sleep, meditation, and gentle self-care are especially important now. Saturn's aspect reminds you to listen to your body's needs and not to overextend yourself. You may also find that addressing emotional or spiritual concerns indirectly improves your physical health. Therapy, counseling, or time spent in nature could be healing. In relationships, Mercury's influence on your 12th house suggests that some matters may remain private or behind the scenes. You may choose to keep certain feelings or plans confidential as you process them. Couples might find that shared spiritual practices or travel deepen their connection, while singles may meet potential partners through spiritual circles or international connections. Venus and Ketu's influence on your social network suggests that true and lasting bonds will be those that support your authentic self, not superficial appearances. Overall, Mercury's exalted transit in Virgo activates a profound inner journey for Libra individuals. This is a period of spiritual awakening, foreign opportunities, and karmic release. The Sun's entry and the solar eclipse in your 12th house emphasize transformation through letting go, while Saturn's discipline ensures you remain grounded. Jupiter's blessings through Gemini highlight that the knowledge or connections you gain now can reshape your long-term path. Mars in Libra empowers you to integrate these insights into bold, purposeful action. By embracing introspection, honoring your spiritual calling, and maintaining balance between the material and the mystical, you can emerge from this transit wiser, freer, and better prepared for the opportunities ahead. For Scorpio, Mercury governs your 8th house of transformation, shared resources, secrets, and sudden changes, as well as your 11th house of gains, social networks, ambitions, and long-term goals. Its exalted transit through Virgo, your 11th house, is a powerful time for networking, expanding opportunities, and aligning with the people and communities who can help you achieve your dreams. From September 17th onward, the Sun will enter Virgo, joining Mercury and forming a conjunction known for brilliance, communication skills, and recognition. On September 21st, a solar eclipse in Virgo, involving the Sun and exalted Mercury, will bring karmic revelations connected to your friendships, income, and social environment. During this period, you may feel a surge of motivation to pursue your larger aspirations. The 11th house represents not only financial gains but also the fulfillment of long-term desires, and with Mercury exalted here, your ability to plan, strategize, and communicate effectively is at its peak. Networking becomes a key theme. You might meet influential people or reconnect with old friends who can open doors. Because Mercury also rules your 8th house, financial growth may come through partnerships, inheritances, investments, or shared resources. Discussions about joint ventures, insurance, or financial planning could be particularly productive now, especially when backed by thorough research and practical judgment. The Sun-Mercury conjunction after September 17th creates a dynamic period for recognition and visibility within your social circles or professional networks. You may find yourself taking on a leadership role in a community or organization, or perhaps your skills and insights are finally acknowledged by peers. Sun-Mercury conjunction brings mental clarity and eloquence, making it easier for you to convey your ideas persuasively. Be mindful of Mercury combust near the Sun. Moments of overconfidence or miscommunication can occur if you rush decisions. Taking time to think before speaking or signing agreements will ensure your words and actions align with your long-term goals. The solar eclipse on September 21st in Virgo marks a turning point in your social and financial life. Eclipses often act as catalysts for change, and this one, occurring in your 11th house with exalted Mercury, suggests that certain friendships, affiliations, or dreams may no longer resonate with your evolving values. You might experience sudden revelations about who truly supports your growth and who does not. Some Scorpio individuals may let go of superficial connections or outdated ambitions, making space for more meaningful and spiritually aligned goals. Financially, the eclipse could bring unexpected gains or expenses tied to group activities or shared ventures, so it's wise to remain flexible and avoid impulsive decisions in the days surrounding the eclipse. Saturn retrograding in Pisces, your 5th house of creativity, romance, and speculative investments, aspects Virgo and asks you to approach your ambitions with patience and discipline. You may feel pressure to refine your goals or to take a more structured approach to achieving them. Saturn's influence reminds you that lasting success is built through consistent effort and ethical practices. This is an excellent time to review your long-term strategies. Use Saturn's wisdom to filter out distractions and focus on what truly matters. Jupiter's presence in Gemini, your 8th house, brings blessings through shared resources, transformation, and intimate bonds. Since Mercury, exalted in Virgo, is Jupiter's depositor, the quality of your communication and planning now directly affects Jupiter's ability to deliver growth. Conversations about joint finances, inheritances, or investments may yield opportunities, but Mercury's influence suggests careful analysis and organization are key. Intellectual collaborations or research projects could also bring breakthroughs. Spiritual or psychological insights might surface, revealing deeper truths about your motivations and desires. The influence of Mars in Libra from September 13th energizes your 12th house, encouraging you to work behind the scenes or focus on private matters. You may feel drawn to tackle hidden tasks, plan quietly for future moves, or channel your energy into spiritual practices. Mars in the 12th can sometimes stir restlessness or bring hidden conflicts to light. Balancing action with introspection will be essential. Avoid impulsive confrontations within your networks, especially around the eclipse, by taking time to assess situations fully before reacting. Financially, Mercury's exaltation in your 11th house bodes well for gains, but because it rules your 8th house, money matters may involve others, partners, organizations, or institutions. You might benefit from investments, bonuses, or group projects, but it's important to clarify terms and ensure transparency. Saturn's aspect can help you maintain discipline in spending and planning. Avoid risky financial moves around the eclipse, as eclipses can temporarily obscure important details. In relationships, this period can highlight the role of friendships and social connections in your emotional life. Some Scorpio individuals may find romance developing within a circle of friends or through a shared cause. Others may realize that certain connections have reached their natural conclusion. Venus's conjunction with Ketu in Leo adds another layer, suggesting that your public image or professional associations may be shifting, prompting you to seek relationships based on authenticity rather than status or appearances. Your personal aspirations could undergo significant transformation under this transit. Mercury in Virgo sharpens your ability to analyze what you truly want for your future. The solar eclipse may act as a reset button, clearing away outdated dreams and replacing them with goals that align with your spiritual and emotional evolution. Jupiter's blessings and Saturn's discipline ensure that while the path ahead may require effort and adjustment, the foundations you build now will be strong and enduring. Health-wise, this transit suggests improvements through group activities or lifestyle changes inspired by friends or mentors. You may be drawn to fitness classes, wellness groups, or support communities that encourage healthier habits. Saturn's influence also underscores the importance of pacing yourself and not overcommitting socially or financially. Overall, Mercury's exalted passage through Virgo activates a powerful phase of networking, ambitions, financial growth, and karmic realignment for Scorpio individuals. The Sun, Mercury conjunction brings mental brilliance and opportunities for recognition, while the solar eclipse demands that you release what no longer serves your higher purpose. By balancing ambition with discernment and embracing shifts in your social landscape, you can harness this transit to set yourself on a more purposeful and rewarding trajectory for the future. For Sagittarius, Mercury rules your 7th house of partnerships, contracts, and public life, as well as your 10th house of career, authority, and social reputation. Its exalted transit through Virgo, your 10th house, brings a significant focus on professional advancement, recognition, and the way you engage with authority figures or the public. This period is amplified as Leo Lord's Sun enters Virgo on September 17th, forming a conjunction with Mercury, a powerful combination for intellect, eloquence, and decisive action in career matters. On September 21st, a solar eclipse in Virgo involving the Sun and exalted Mercury will trigger karmic shifts connected to your profession, partnerships, and life direction. This is a highly charged time for career growth. Mercury's exaltation in your 10th house sharpens your analytical thinking, communication, and organizational skills. You may find yourself entrusted with more responsibilities or offered opportunities to demonstrate your expertise. Because Mercury also governs your 7th house, collaboration with partners, clients, or public figures plays a key role in your professional achievements now. Negotiations, presentations, or contract signings may be prominent themes, and your ability to articulate your ideas clearly will be a major asset. The Sun-Mercury conjunction highlights your public image. Expect your talents to gain visibility, perhaps drawing praise from superiors or recognition in your field. The solar eclipse on September 21st acts as a transformative turning point in your professional and public life. Eclipses can sometimes bring sudden changes, shifts in career direction, leadership roles, or responsibilities you hadn't anticipated. For some Sagittarius individuals, this could mean ending a professional chapter to step into a new role that better aligns with your purpose. Ketu's influence suggests releasing attachments to old professional identities or outdated ambitions, even if doing so initially feels uncertain. It is wise to avoid making irreversible career decisions during eclipse season, as the energy is unstable and clarity may take a few days to return. Saturn's retrograde in Pisces, positioned in your 4th house and aspecting Virgo, reminds you to balance ambition with personal well-being. While the 10th house transit may pull you toward career pursuits, Saturn insists that you build your success on solid emotional and domestic foundations. You may need to manage responsibilities at home while taking on more at work, or you might feel pressure to reconcile family expectations with professional demands. Saturn's aspect provides a stabilizing influence. It tempers the fast-moving energy of Mercury and the Sun, urging you to make thoughtful, well-considered choices rather than acting impulsively. Jupiter's presence in Gemini, your 7th house, expands opportunities through alliances, partnerships, and collaborations. Because Mercury is Jupiter's depositor and currently exalted, this transit amplifies the potential for beneficial agreements or partnerships that can enhance your career. You may attract mentors, clients, or collaborators who can guide you toward greater success. Jupiter in Gemini also emphasizes learning through relationships. Partners may introduce you to fresh ideas or perspectives that reshape your professional approach. During this period, your reputation and public standing may be more visible than usual. The combined power of the Sun and Mercury in Virgo suggests that others are taking note of your skills and leadership. It is a time when your actions carry greater weight, so maintaining integrity, professionalism, and attention to detail is essential. Saturn's influence ensures that any recognition you receive now is earned through consistent effort and not fleeting luck. This is an excellent time for presentations, teaching, public speaking, or sharing your expertise with a wider audience, but avoid arrogance or overstating your capabilities, especially around the eclipse. Mars's entry into Libra on September 13th activates your 11th house of networks, ambitions, and long-term gains. This energy works synergistically with Mercury in the 10th, encouraging you to pursue ambitious goals and expand your influence. You may find yourself taking bold steps to connect with influential people or to participate in group endeavors that align with your professional aspirations. Mars here gives you the courage to assert your ideas and take initiative in collaborative settings, but it can also bring competitive dynamics within groups, so maintaining diplomacy will be key. Financially, Mercury's exaltation in your 10th house can bring career-related income or bonuses, particularly through partnerships or team efforts. Speculative ventures tied to your professional field could surface, but these should be approached with caution, especially near the eclipse. Saturn's aspect advises prudent planning and saving rather than impulsive spending or risky investments. Relationships also take on a professional dimension during this transit. With Mercury ruling your 7th house and transiting your 10th, you may find that your spouse or partner plays an important role in your career decisions. Some Sagittarius individuals could meet a romantic partner through professional networks or public activities. Existing relationships may benefit from discussing shared ambitions and future plans, but avoid letting work-related stress spill over into your personal life. Health-wise, the pressure of increased responsibilities could lead to stress or fatigue. Saturn's aspect highlights the importance of self-care and maintaining a balance between work and rest. Incorporating grounding practices like meditation or consistent exercise can help manage stress levels. Be mindful of digestive health and nervous system strain, as Mercury's influence on Virgo, the sign connected to health and routines, can amplify these areas. Spiritually, the solar eclipse may bring moments of clarity about your life purpose or the legacy you want to build. You might experience a sudden insight about what truly matters in your public and professional life, prompting you to let go of goals that no longer serve your soul's journey. Ketu's involvement reminds you that while career success is important, it is not the ultimate measure of your worth. Spiritual growth and alignment with your higher principles are equally vital. Overall, Mercury's exalted transit in Virgo opens a window of career breakthroughs, public recognition, and karmic realignment for Sagittarius individuals. The Sun, Mercury conjunction empowers you to communicate with brilliance and authority, while the solar eclipse clears outdated ambitions to make room for new directions. Saturn's retrograde aspect keeps you grounded, Jupiter's blessings expand opportunities through partnerships, and Mars in Libra energizes your long-term goals. By combining strategic thinking with humility and discipline, you can make meaningful strides towards success and fulfillment during this transformative period. For Capricorn, Mercury governs your 6th house of work, service, health, debts, and obstacles, as well as your 9th house of higher wisdom, long-distance travel, mentors, and dharma. As Mercury moves into its exaltation sign Virgo, which is also your 9th house, this period becomes especially important for matters of higher learning, spiritual exploration, long-distance connections, and philosophical realignment. Mercury's presence here sharpens your analytical mind and encourages you to critically examine your beliefs, values, and the guidance you receive from teachers or mentors. This transit is an invitation to broaden your horizons. The 9th house governs your connection to universal truths and moral principles, and with Mercury exalted here, you may feel compelled to seek new knowledge or refine your understanding of old wisdom. Intellectual pursuits, whether academic study, philosophical inquiry, or spiritual research, are highlighted. Because Mercury rules your 6th house, themes of service and practical problem-solving are woven into your quest for higher understanding. You might find that your spiritual growth is catalyzed through helping others or that your professional skills are refined through mentorship or advanced study. For Capricorns pursuing higher education, publishing, or legal work, this is a particularly favorable time to present ideas, engage in debates, or connect with influential teachers who can guide your path. The conjunction that forms when the Sun joins Mercury in Virgo enhances your ability to communicate with authority and clarity. This can manifest as opportunities to speak publicly, teach, or represent your ideas in a professional or spiritual setting. It may also elevate your reputation as someone whose insights carry weight, particularly in intellectual or ethical discussions. This heightened visibility also comes with responsibility. Ensure that your words are backed by careful thought and integrity, as exaggeration or arrogance could be magnified under the Sun's light. The solar eclipse on September 21st represents a pivotal moment. Eclipses in the 9th house can bring sudden realizations or events that shift your belief system or life direction. Ketu's influence suggests releasing outdated philosophies, letting go of rigid dogma, or even stepping away from a mentor or teacher whose guidance no longer resonates with your truth. For some Capricorns, this could involve a literal journey, traveling abroad, enrolling in an advanced course of study, or engaging with a new spiritual tradition that challenges your previous assumptions. It's important not to make impulsive decisions during eclipse season. Instead, observe the themes that surface and give yourself time to process before acting. Saturn retrograde in Pisces, from your 3rd house, aspects Virgo and provides a grounding influence. Saturn encourages patience, discipline, and thorough evaluation of the ideas and opportunities Mercury brings. While Mercury's exaltation can inspire quick thinking and action, Saturn's aspect reminds you to take a long-term view. This could manifest as careful planning for long-distance travel, double-checking legal matters, or taking time to evaluate a mentor's advice. Saturn's energy ensures that the transformations of this transit are not superficial but deeply integrated into your life's framework. Jupiter's transit in Gemini adds another layer of positive energy to this period. Jupiter in Gemini influences your 6th house of service and health, and since Mercury is exalted, the relationship between these two planets is especially supportive. Opportunities for growth may come through your workplace, colleagues, or through offering assistance to others. This transit suggests that wisdom and abundance can be found in the details of everyday life, and by refining your communication and work habits, you can open doors to greater opportunities. The connection between the 6th and 9th houses during this time implies that small, practical actions can lead to profound spiritual or philosophical breakthroughs. Venus conjunct Ketu in Leo during this period also plays a subtle role. For some Capricorns, there may be shifts in financial or emotional attachments, particularly those tied to joint ventures or investments, since Venus rules your 5th and 10th houses. This could influence your attitude toward risk-taking or creative projects connected to your career. The detachment energy of Ketu can help you release unproductive desires and focus on pursuits that are more aligned with your higher values. Travel, both physical and mental, is a strong theme now. Long-distance journeys for education, work, or spiritual exploration are favored, and Mercury's exaltation ensures that your planning and communication around these trips will be sharp. If travel isn't on your agenda, this energy can still manifest as mental exploration, reading, studying, or connecting with people from diverse backgrounds who expand your worldview. Saturn's aspect advises thorough preparation to avoid obstacles, especially if your travel or studies involve legalities or paperwork. In your professional life, this period could bring opportunities connected to international markets, publishing, or roles that involve teaching, guidance, or ethical decision-making. You may be recognized for your ability to analyze complex information and present it persuasively. Because Mercury also rules your 6th house, service-oriented work or problem-solving in professional settings may lead to promotions or recognition. Be open to advice from experienced mentors but use discernment when applying their guidance. Spiritually, this is a time of awakening. The solar eclipse in your 9th house could bring moments of profound clarity about your soul's path. You may feel a calling to deepen your spiritual practice, explore a new philosophy, or even share your insights with others through teaching or writing. Ketu's influence suggests that you may need to release old attachments to find your authentic path. This can be a liberating experience, even if it initially feels destabilizing. Financially, this transit may encourage you to evaluate your spending on education, travel, or spiritual pursuits. Jupiter's support can bring opportunities for financial growth through work or intellectual endeavors, but Saturn's aspect advises prudence and long-term planning. Be especially cautious about large financial commitments around the eclipse. Health-wise, the 6th house rulership of Mercury suggests that paying attention to your daily routines, diet, and stress levels will benefit your overall well-being. Long journeys or increased responsibilities might feel demanding, so balance ambition with self-care. Practices like journaling, meditation, or connecting with nature can help integrate the philosophical insights you gain during this period. Overall, Mercury's exalted transit in Virgo offers Capricorn individuals a period of intellectual expansion, spiritual awakening, and professional advancement. The Sun, Mercury conjunction amplifies your voice and influence, while the solar eclipse clears away outdated beliefs to make space for a more authentic and inspired path. By embracing curiosity, humility, and careful planning, you can use this transit to align your life with a higher purpose and open doors to meaningful opportunities. For Aquarius, Mercury governs the 5th house of creativity, intelligence, education, romance, and speculative ventures, as well as the 8th house of transformation, shared resources, secrecy, and hidden knowledge. As Mercury transits Virgo, your 8th house, its exalted energy brings a period of deep introspection, analysis, and profound transformation. The 8th house is not always easy to navigate, but with Mercury exalted here, your ability to handle complex matters, whether financial, emotional, or spiritual, is heightened. This transit encourages you to uncover truths, resolve hidden issues, and refine your understanding of life's deeper mysteries. The 8th house is the realm of rebirth, sudden changes, and occult knowledge, and Mercury's exaltation gives you the mental precision to navigate these turbulent waters with insight. This is an excellent time for research, investigation, and problem-solving in areas that require confidentiality or a deep understanding of systems, such as psychology, metaphysics, or financial planning. Because Mercury also rules your 5th house, themes of children, creative expression, or speculative investments may become entangled with shared resources or partnership finances. Some Aquarius individuals might find themselves rethinking their approach to investments or becoming more cautious about financial risks. Others may delve into studies of astrology or esoteric subjects, using the 8th house energy to deepen their wisdom. The Sun-Mercury conjunction in Virgo amplifies your analytical capabilities and provides opportunities to communicate about sensitive or taboo subjects with authority and grace. You may find yourself in situations where you must address family secrets, business agreements, or issues of trust with partners. While this conjunction strengthens your ability to find solutions, it also exposes any weak foundations in your relationships or finances. Transparency and honest communication are essential now, as the Sun's influence can bring hidden matters to light unexpectedly. The solar eclipse on September 21st is a pivotal moment that can trigger significant transformation. Eclipses in the 8th house often involve endings and new beginnings, particularly in shared finances, debts, taxes, or intimate relationships. Ketu's influence indicates a need to release attachments to control, ego, or past wounds. For some Aquarius individuals, this could mean settling old debts, restructuring financial partnerships, or even letting go of emotional baggage that has been hindering personal growth. While eclipses can feel destabilizing, they often clear the path for a more authentic and empowered future. Avoid making impulsive financial decisions on or immediately after the eclipse. Wait until the energies stabilize before committing to major changes. Saturn retrograde in Pisces, positioned in your 2nd house and aspecting Virgo, provides a stabilizing but cautious influence. Saturn's aspect reminds you to approach shared resources and transformative events with patience and discipline. Even if Mercury's exaltation inspires quick thinking and action, Saturn insists that you verify details, consider long-term consequences, and avoid shortcuts. If you are dealing with inheritances, taxes, or loans, Saturn's guidance will help you manage these matters responsibly. Jupiter's transit in Gemini, your 5th house, further influences this period. Jupiter brings blessings to your creative and intellectual life, and because Mercury is Jupiter's depositor, exalted Mercury strengthens Jupiter's ability to bring opportunities through speculative ventures, romantic developments, or intellectual pursuits. Because Mercury is in the 8th house, any growth in these areas may involve deep emotional or financial commitments. For example, you might invest in a creative project with a partner, explore deeper levels of intimacy and romance, or take on a new intellectual challenge that transforms your worldview. The presence of Venus conjunct Ketu in Leo, your 7th house, can add complexity to relationships and partnerships during this time. Venus brings desire, connection, and charm, but Ketu introduces detachment and a karmic tone. Some Aquarius individuals may feel a shift in their closest relationships, either a temporary distance or a reevaluation of what they truly value in a partner. This energy, combined with the 8th house transit of Mercury, suggests that your partnerships are undergoing a process of purification and realignment. Another significant influence is Rahu's transit in Aquarius, your 1st house. Rahu intensifies your personal ambitions, identity, and desire for recognition. While Rahu can bring opportunities for growth and visibility, it can also amplify your need for control or validation. During Mercury's transit in the 8th house, you may feel compelled to redefine yourself through transformation and self-discovery. Rahu's energy encourages you to be bold in pursuing personal goals but reminds you not to lose sight of ethical or spiritual principles, especially as the eclipse energy can create temporary confusion. Professionally, this period may bring opportunities related to research, analysis, or roles requiring discretion and problem-solving. Some Aquarius individuals may find themselves handling joint finances, working on confidential projects, or managing resources behind the scenes. Because Mercury rules the 5th house of speculative ventures, investments may be appealing, but the 8th house's volatile nature advises caution. Seek expert advice and avoid impulsive risks, especially around the eclipse. In terms of emotional and spiritual growth, Mercury's exaltation in the 8th house can be a powerful catalyst for healing. You may feel drawn to therapy, spiritual practices, or introspection to resolve old wounds or patterns of fear. This is a period for shedding what no longer serves you, whether that's emotional baggage, outdated beliefs, or unhealthy attachments. By embracing vulnerability and transformation, you can emerge from this transit with a stronger sense of self and a clearer path forward. Intimate relationships may experience a deepening of connection or a testing of trust. The 8th house governs shared emotional and physical intimacy, and Mercury's analytical nature ensures that conversations about these topics will be both meaningful and precise. If handled maturely, this can strengthen bonds and lead to greater emotional security. If approached with avoidance or secrecy, it may bring hidden issues to the surface in a disruptive way. Health-wise, the 8th house also rules chronic or hidden issues, so it's a good time to address lingering health concerns. Investigative approaches, such as diagnostic tests, second opinions, or alternative therapies, can bring clarity and resolution. Mental health may also benefit from practices like journaling, meditation, or counseling, as Mercury in Virgo favors intellectual clarity and problem solving. Overall, Mercury's exalted transit through Virgo offers Aquarius individuals a transformative period of self-discovery, financial reassessment, and emotional healing. The Sun, Mercury conjunction magnifies your ability to analyze and communicate effectively about sensitive matters, while the solar eclipse clears space for growth by removing what is no longer aligned with your higher path. By embracing introspection, maintaining integrity in your dealings, and remaining open to transformation, you can use this transit to emerge wiser, stronger, and more connected to your authentic self. For Pisces, Mercury governs the 4th house of emotional security, home, family, and property, as well as the 7th house of partnerships, marriage, contracts, and public dealings. As Mercury enters its sign of exaltation, Virgo, it activates your 7th house of relationships and commitments, making this a pivotal period for evaluating, strengthening, and possibly redefining your partnerships. Mercury in Virgo heightens analytical thinking and communication, and in the 7th house, it shines a spotlight on the dynamics between you and others, whether romantic, business, or professional. This is a time to approach partnerships with clarity, fairness, and an open mind, as opportunities for both growth and transformation will arise. The presence of Sun entering Virgo on September 17th, joining exalted Mercury, creates a conjunction in your 7th house. This conjunction intensifies the focus on partnerships, illuminating areas where balance, negotiation, or improvement are needed. The Sun's fiery energy combined with Mercury's intellect can make you more outspoken in relationships, seeking fairness and mutual respect. At the same time, this conjunction can expose weaknesses in existing commitments, prompting important conversations or decisions. If you've been avoiding discussions about boundaries, expectations, or shared goals, this period will make such conversations unavoidable. The solar eclipse on September 21st in Virgo is a powerful karmic turning point for your relationships. With the Sun and exalted Mercury involved, old patterns in your partnerships may dissolve, making way for healthier dynamics. Eclipses often bring unexpected shifts, and in the 7th house, these changes may involve endings or beginnings in personal or professional alliances. Some Pisces individuals may experience a sudden realization about their partner's needs or their own role in a relationship, while others may decide to release partnerships that are no longer aligned with their values. While eclipses can feel destabilizing, they often clear obstacles that have been blocking progress, offering an opportunity to rebuild on a stronger foundation. Avoid making major commitments or breaking ties impulsively around the eclipse. Wait until the energies settle to act with clarity. Saturn retrograding in Pisces and casting its aspect on Virgo adds a layer of seriousness to this transit. Saturn in your 1st house reminds you of your long-term responsibilities and personal integrity, while its aspect on the 7th house requires maturity in handling partnerships. You may feel the weight of commitments more acutely now, prompting you to evaluate whether your current relationships align with your life path and values. Saturn's influence encourages patience, discipline, and a grounded approach. If you're entering into new agreements, whether marital, business, or legal, take your time to read the fine print and ensure that your decisions are built to last. Jupiter transiting Gemini, your 4th house, blesses your domestic life, emotional stability, and family relationships. Since Mercury is Jupiter's depositor and is exalted during this transit, Jupiter's benefic influence strengthens your ability to bring harmony into your home and relationships. You may feel inspired to create a more peaceful domestic environment or invest in improving your home's energy, which indirectly strengthens your external relationships. For some Pisces individuals, this could also mean that family members play an influential role in their partnerships during this period, offering guidance or support. Because Mercury rules both your 4th and 7th houses, its exaltation signifies an alignment between your emotional world and your outer commitments. This is an excellent time to bring emotional intelligence into your negotiations or discussions with others. Business partnerships may benefit from your ability to mediate and find practical solutions, while romantic relationships can deepen through honest communication. The analytical nature of Mercury in Virgo allows you to see patterns or miscommunications that need to be addressed, enabling you to strengthen your connections. The Sun-Mercury conjunction can also bring opportunities for recognition through public dealings or partnerships. If you've been working toward a business agreement, collaboration, or client contract, this period could bring important breakthroughs. Because the eclipse energy is active, remain flexible. What seems certain may undergo revision or transformation. On the emotional front, Venus conjunct Ketu in Leo during this transit influences your 6th house of daily routines and service. This combination suggests that detachment or reevaluation may occur in areas related to work relationships or your sense of duty in partnerships. You may find yourself stepping back from people-pleasing tendencies or letting go of patterns that drain your energy. Venus, Ketu energy, combined with Mercury's exalted placement, indicates that healthy boundaries will be essential for maintaining balanced relationships. For single Pisces individuals, Mercury's transit through Virgo can bring opportunities for meaningful connections, particularly through intellectual or professional networks. You may meet someone whose analytical nature and practicality complement your more intuitive approach. With the eclipse energy and Saturn's aspect, take your time to get to know new people rather than rushing into commitments. Professionally, this period may involve collaborations, client interactions, or public projects that test your negotiation and communication skills. Exalted Mercury gives you a sharp mind and persuasive ability, making this an excellent time for contract negotiations, presentations, or partnership-based ventures. Still, Saturn's influence reminds you to be methodical and to honor your long-term objectives. Avoid overpromising or entering agreements without fully understanding their implications. On a personal level, this transit can lead to profound growth and self-awareness through the mirror of your relationships. The 7th house reflects how you engage with others, and Mercury's exaltation here can reveal patterns of behavior that need refinement. Whether it's a tendency to avoid conflict, overanalyze your partner's words, or prioritize harmony over truth, now is the time to address these habits. By doing so, you can foster healthier, more authentic connections. Health-wise, the 4th house rulership of Mercury suggests that emotional well-being and stress management will play an important role in maintaining balance during this transit. Healthy communication within your personal and professional relationships can prevent unnecessary tension. Overall, Mercury's exalted transit through Virgo offers Pisces individuals a chance to realign their partnerships, strengthen communication, and bring harmony between their inner world and their commitments. The Sun-Mercury conjunction illuminates truths that may have been overlooked, while the solar eclipse clears away outdated patterns and opens the door to karmic growth. With careful communication, patience, and openness to transformation, this transit can mark a powerful step forward in your relationships, career collaborations, and personal evolution. As we conclude this episode, please keep in mind that these insights are based on the sidereal zodiac system used in Vedic astrology, which differs from the tropical system by approximately 24 degrees. These are general predictions, and outcomes will vary depending on your individual birth chart. The influence of transits is deeply shaped by your ongoing dasha periods and the specific placement of planets in your natal chart. What may be a time of progress for one person could mark a period of reflection or challenge for another. This is why it's essential to interpret transits within the context of your unique chart. If you're seeking a more personalized understanding of how current transits may impact you, or if you have specific questions about your birth chart, feel free to reach out to us. If you found this content helpful, please consider liking the video, sharing it with others who may benefit, and subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss future updates. Thank you for watching. We look forward to continuing to share deeper astrological insights with you. Until next time, stay aware, keep learning, and keep shining bright.